Hello, fifth graders. So today we're going to be talking about modeling to multiply fractions. So we've been talking about multiplying a whole number by a fraction and a fraction by a whole number and also modeling them. Now we're going to start talking about multiplying two fractions and we're going to learn how to model this. Now, this may be a little difficult. I'm not going to go as in depth with this just because it's hard to do this virtually because usually what I would have the students do is to draw out these models using pencil and paper. But I'm going to represent this digitally and we're going to see how it goes. So this problem, it says Lily and Sophie were making brownies. They gave some to their friends and now only have 1/4 of the brownies left. Lily takes 1/3 of the leftover brownies, which is 1/4, home. What fraction of the whole pan of brownies did Lily take? So this is the pan of brownies right here, okay? This section right here is what is left of the brownies after Lily and Sophie eat them or give them away, whatever they do. Now, of this 1/4, Lily takes 1/3 of that, okay? So Lily takes 1/3 of 1/4. So basically what we do is we model this. And how we do this is that whatever the first fraction is, so basically we're multiplying 1/3 times 1/4. Because remember, we're taking 1/3 of 1/4, and we learned that of stands for multiplication. So these two are the same. So how we model this is that whatever the first fraction is, or whatever one of the fractions, so let's say we have 1/4, you represent that vertically. So we represented 1/4. Then we have to represent 1/3. And how we do that is horizontally, we split the shape into thirds. So you can see right here, okay, so I'm going to get my red. We split it into fourths, 1, 2, 3 fourths, and we shaded in 1/4, okay? Then we represented thirds this way, 1, 2, 3 sections, and we shaded in 1/3. Now, if you remember when we were doing those area models, okay, with decimals, and what we did is we represented a certain decimal this way, and then we represented a certain decimal this way, and we got our answer by whatever had both portions of the shaded area. This is basically the same exact thing. So in this model, I made the portion that has the both colors, I made it blue because if you think about art, yellow and green make blue. So this section right here is our answer because it has both of the shaded sections. Okay, so Lily took 1/3 of 1/4. So she took, and this is 1 out of, and if we count all of the sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So she took 1/12 of the original brownie pan. And that's how we show that those two fractions being multiplied. So let's look at another example. All right, and again, on your notes, you're going to have just a blank square. Don't worry about shading it in. I just want you to watch me do it so that you understand. So half of 3/5, and we learned that of basically it's the same thing as just saying half times 3/5. So step number 1, to model, break up the shape into halves and shade in 1/2 because the 1 is the numerator. So I can break it vertically into a half. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the highlight button. I'm going to highlight half. All right. The second step, then in the other direction, break it into fifths and shade in 3/5. And the reason why we do that, the 5 tells us to do it into fifths, 3 out of the 5. So I'm going to break it into fifths horizontally. And I'm going to shade in 3 of the fifths, okay? Now, step number 3, the part that has both of the shaded areas is your numerator. So I see that this has both colors, this has both colors, and this has both colors. So that is 3 out of, and the total number of sections is your denominator. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the answer to this problem is 3/10. All right, so let's do one more. So let's look at this example over here. So if I have my square, okay, I'm representing, oh, I just need to do that again because that was bothering me. It has to be straight. There we go. Close enough. So the problem, let's see, for this is 3/4 times 2/5. So my denominator is 4, meaning that I'm going to first break up the shape into fourths. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4 sections. And I'm going to shade in 3 of them, okay, because it's 3/4. So 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. All right. Now, going the other direction, I'm going to break it into fifths. And I'm going to shade 2 of the fifths. Whoop. Okay, so my answer is whatever has both. Okay, so this section has both colors, so it's 6 out of, if we count all the sections, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 6/20. And we can actually simplify this by dividing top and bottom by 2 to get, oh, that was 3, to get 3/10. Okay, actually, that's the same as this problem. All right, so what you guys are going to do is you are going to complete a Google form, okay? And the Google form is going to have basically the model already drawn out. And what you guys are going to do is you're going to determine what is the number sentence that goes with the model. Now, the only thing I'm going to say about how the model is drawn, instead of using colors, what the model does is that, let's say it's broken into fourths this way, and let's say it's broken in half this way. What they do is they use slashes. So for example, let's say this was half times 2/4. Well, half would be represented with diagonals going this way, okay? And 2/4 would be represented with diagonals going this way, okay? And your answer would basically just be which one has both sets of diagonals so that they are crisscrossing. And that would be 2 out of 8. Okay, so basically I'm going to give you a model and you're going to have to tell me what is the correct number sentence that goes with that. So just be aware, look at what each thing is broken into. So this is halves, this is fourths. If you need to kind of visualize that to try to help you out and see what the answer is. Okay, but again, your answer is always the combination, what sections have both of the fractional parts in it, whether it's shaded or it's crisscrossed like that, okay? So complete that Google form. It is located in your classroom. And if you have any questions, please let me know. All right, have a good day. Bye, guys.